Hello everyone. So in this video, we are going to discuss what is actually the difference between fuzzing and conventional static code analysis. So as you can see on the screen, on the left hand side, I have jotted down some of the points for fuzzing, and on the right hand side, there are some of the points for static analysis. So let me just start with a static analysis. So it is one of the invaluable tool to identify bugs and improper programming practices that can be exploited by the attackers. However, static analysis has its own limitations. So with the help of static analysis, we can only find the code related bugs, or specifically the source code related vulnerabilities for the particular application. Also, with the help of static analysis, we can see the improper programming practices, or we will do the code review and identify if any particular code which is not written into a secure manner. Also, it only evaluates an application in a non-live state. That particularly means that that particular application is not running, or it's not dynamically being tested. So performing a code review on an application won't let you simulate how the application will react when it is running live and when the users or attackers are interacting with the application. So it is very difficult to take into account all the possible malicious input that any user may give into the application. So this was a static analysis. And if we talk about fuzzing at the other end is all about a runtime analysis to give a lot of garbage value or a lot of sensitive data or endpoints with the help of word list to the application and see how the application behaves with all that particular provided data. With the help of fuzzing, we will also identify a lot of juicy endpoints which others may miss out. Fuzzing is also helpful and important to find better issues. For example, sometimes even CVEs are found with the help of fuzzing. I'll give a very short and quick example. Let's say if a web application is vulnerable to XSS. So obviously we are going to test for XSS on all the endpoints, but let's say there is one of the endpoint into a web application wherein in the request there are 200 parameters which are passing. We cannot test all those 200 parameters manually or with the help of burp suite. At that particular point of time, fuzzing is going to be helpful, because with the help of fuzzing you will not miss any particular endpoint and you will be able to find out that particular vulnerability. So let's see the process for fuzzing. So the first thing that we are going to do is we are going to set the target. So we are going to find the endpoints to give the input, which we will also call as an injection point. Next, we are going to check for the parameters where we are going to give the injection point, where we are going to supply the word list for the fuzzing. Also, we are going to check for the headers, and also we will fuzz for those different headers and see if how the application is behaving when we give different sets of word list to the application. So once you have identified the target, next we are going to give the payload word list. So the right word list for fuzzing the web application will give you a lot of success. So based on the application, we are going to decide for the word list. Obviously, a generic word list is very helpful in doing the fuzzing, but some points of time based on the web application, we may make our own custom word list that we are going to see into the further sections. Also, we are going to choose some of the common or long names word list, which will be helpful in identifying those endpoints which are hidden and generally not found out normally by spidering any of the web applications. Also, we are going to choose the word list which gives special characters through which we will be able to identify if there is some application level DOS, or there is some memory leakage, or if the application breaks at a certain point when we are fuzzing. The next is we are going to start a fuzzing. So after we have identified our target, after we have chosen the right word list, we are going to fuzz for the target. So fuzzing can be done manually, but I will not recommend manually because you will not be able to fuzz all the particular endpoints properly. It can be done with the help of automation. So there are many tools. We are going to use different sets of tools for fuzzing, including burpsuit and wfuzz. Also, we can do fuzzing with the help of automated tools plus a Wayback Archive. So with the help of Wayback Archive, we will get more success. For those who do not know what is Wayback Archive, it is a particular very good resource which crawls the internet and saves all the particular endpoint there. So we are just going to ask Wayback all the endpoints for a specific target, and we are going to fuzz those endpoints. The last is monitoring. So once you are fuzzing the web application, how you're going to identify if you have found something useful. So we are going to analyze for the patterns that we are getting while we are fuzzing. We are going to check for the different anomalies or the content length for different types of request. For instance, if you are sending first request for XSS, we are going to check the response. If there is any sanitization of special characters that we have sent it, or our payload is coming as it is without any type of HTML encoding or so on. We will also see, for instance, for SQL injection, if there is a difference into the content length or the response time that is coming from the server. We will also monitor our results based on special keywords, and also we are going to grep our response. So basically filter the response based on the fuzzing techniques that we have used. So it is the practical time now, and let's see how we can utilize better fuzzing to identify and uncover a lot of hidden vulnerabilities into the web applications and make our whole process automated, so it will be much more efficient for every one of us. Thank you.